Okay, so for this video, let's do assignment. Adding assignment into our LMS course. So, to begin with, unang-una nating gagawin ay click Turn Editing On. So, pag-click natin kay Turn Editing On, lalabas to. Para mag-appear ang add an activity or resource. So, pag nakita na po natin itong add an activity or resource, click natin. Ayan. So, magpa-pop out po ang mga resources na available sa ating LMS. So, pwede nating click na dito ang assignment resource. Okay, so, pag-click natin kay assignment. Okay. So, lalabas po ang page na ito na kailangan nating sagutan yung mga data needed, especially the red marks. So, adding a new assignment. So, in assignment name, anong title ng assignment natin? Like for example, reaction or video reaction. Yan, example lang naman yan. Then sa description natin, pwede pa natin i-elaborate yung instruction natin regarding sa assignment natin. So, we have additional instructions dito na pwede pa nating magamit. So, what's good here is we can attach image. We can also add video or audio na i-record mo yung additional instruction mo. And pwede rin naman na record the video. Then, kung gusto mo mas interactive pa, we can use H5P for interactive videos or interactive learning tools. So, marami pa pong tools na pwede natin magamit to add or to make our assignment very interactive para sa mga bata. Okay. So, next. So, we can also add files. Pwede natin idagdag yan dito. And what's good about adding file is may limit siya na 1 gig. Pero for our assignment, syempre hindi naman po aabot ng 1 gig yung file natin. Unless it's a movie, pero hindi naman siguro. So basically, ang mga documents lang naman ang kakailanganin dyan, mag-range ang size nila from, siguro maximum na yung 10,000 KB or 10 MB. Yan. Then, we go now here in availability. So in availability, we allow submissions from, ito yung date kung kailan magsisimula ng submission. Then due date or kung hanggang kailan siya makakapag-submit. And we also have another option here which is the cut-off date. So by default, hindi siya naka-check kasi it's our prerogative kung lalagyan ba natin ng enable or hindi. Okay. So another is remind me to grade by. If ever na kailangan may reminder, yun, yung mga hindi pa nag-grade, pwede mong i-check. Yan. Okay, so we're done in availability. Next is the submission types. So in submission type, we have two options here. Online text and file submissions. So online text, purely text ang gagawin na submission ng participants natin. And the next one is the file submission. Ito yung mag-upload sila ng file. So for this tutorial, we'll be doing this file submission. Then, maximum number of uploaded files, ang limit natin is 20 files ang pwede nilang i-upload. Pero for this tutorial, we limit ourselves to upload only one. Yan. Then, maximum submission size. Ito yung isa sa maganda talagang feature ni LMS na it has 1 gig limit. So, imagine yung file size niya, napakalaki na. Pero, for a regular document, hindi naman naabot ng 1 gig yan. Kahit maraming pages yun. So, we'll be limiting it into 10 MB. Okay na yun. Kasi parang sobrang malaki ni allowance sila para ma-consume nila yung 10 MB size. Then, accepted files type or file types. Ito yung isa sa importanteng option dito sa submission types. Kasi, ikaw ang mag-select or ikaw yung mag-allow what type of file yung tatanggapin mo in this LMS or in your assignment. So, we click the choose. Pwede naman all types of all file types, pwede yun. But you can also choose selected files kung alin lang yung mga accredited mo or accepted. Yan. So, magbibigay siya ng list na pwede lang. Okay? Yan. Ganyan siya kadami. Pero for this tutorial, let's have this all file types. So, lahat yan, any file pwede niya i-submit. Then, save changes. Okay. Next, sa feedback types, meron ditong three options. Feedback comments, offline grading worksheet, and feedback files. By default, we use feedback comments. Yan. The next is the submission settings. Submission settings, we have three rows here. The required students to click the submit button, then required that students accept the submission statement, and then attempts reopen. Then by default, ito na yung choice natin. Never, manually, and until pass. So magsiset tayo dyan. Then here in require, the students accept the submissions statement. Pwedeng yes. For tutorial, let's make it yes. Then require students to click the submission button. And then yes. So ibig sabihin, hindi siya makakaalis sa assignment hanggat hindi niya tinitake or kiniklik yung submission button. Okay. Next, group submission. Okay, so by default, students submit in groups. No. Okay. So next, notifications. Ayan yung other options. We notify graders about submission. Okay, by default, it's no. Then notify graders about late submissions. No. Default setting for notify students. Yes. Okay. So next is the grade. Yan. Click natin si grade. Sa grade, meron tayong mga options pa rito. Okay. So type of grade. So by default, point tayo. Maximum grade, it's up to you kung ilan ba yung number of items ng assignment mo. If it's 100, then 100 yung iset mo. If it's 50, 50 yung lagay mong set. Or 10, ganun. So it's up to you. Okay, so grading method, simple direct grading, marking guide, and rubric. So dito sa rubric, if ever that you will select this rubric, magkakaroon ka ng scale na ikaw yung magsaset kung paano mo siya mag-gradean, and it is graded according to scale. But for this tutorial, let's have this simple direct grading. Okay, so grade category, by default, it is categorized. Ito. Then grade to pass, dito naman natin nilalagay kung anong grade yung standard mo para makaproceed sila into next activity. So we have set 100, so probably we can set 75 for their passing grade. Okay. Line mark, by default, it is no. Higher grader identity, it's no. Use marking workflow, no by default. Okay. So next, we have this common module settings. Okay. So availability, show on course page or hide from students. Kung hindi pa naman na kailangan makita ng student in the given period of time or in the in the scheduled date, pwede mong i-hide or pwede mo na rin naman i-show on course page. Okay. So, ID number, by default, wala naman tayo po nilalagay dyan. Group mode. If ever that you have group, pwede mong iset kung ilan or kung anong options dito. We have separate groups and visible groups. So, by default, no groups tayo. Okay, yan. Next, we have now the restrict access. In restrict access, here, kung maglalagay tayo ng restrictions, there are options here. Activity completion, date, grade, user profile, restriction set. So, ito yung mga options na pwede nating ilagay. Pero by this tutorial, we set it as none na lang. Okay. Next, for activity completion. Okay. So, ito na yung magiging ito na yung magiging standard for proceeding to the next activity. So, completion tracking, merong options dito na tatlo. Do not indicate activity completion or show activity as complete when conditions are met. So, may checkan tayo dyan. Okay. For example, ayan. Yan. So, by default, pwede nating piliin yung nasa middle option. But this time, let's choose this show activity as complete when conditions are met. Then, meron tayong i-check dito. Student must receive a grade to complete this activity. And syempre, let's check also the students must submit to this activity to complete and student must view this activity to complete it. Yan. Okay, so next, expect completed on. Click natin yung date if you have already set the schedule. Pero kung wala pa naman, okay lang din. Yan. Yan. Next. So, we have now tags. So, by default, ito yung sa tags natin. And no selection naman tayo. And competencies. Under competencies, ayan. So, by default, no selection. And upon completion activity, ayan, dito tayo magkakaroon ng options. Attach evidence, send up for preview, or complete the competency. Yan. So, set natin as do nothing muna. Okay. Then, you can now save and display. As soon as makomplete na natin yung mga needed details for our assignment, save and display. Okay, so that's all. Thank you.